just not live? Like, what the fuck? Am I not live?
On screen you are, yeah.
Oh, it shows me on? Oh, there it is. Just need to make sure volume is good. Volume's good. Everything looks good. That looks good. Let's go. Desktop audio looks good. Come on, fucker. Okay. And we go to live scene D&D. And here we are. Then I go to the Discord. Okay, everybody can hear music and stuff in through the stream on Discord, yes? Or
I
they
did.
you did? Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure everybody could hear it. Okay. I have nothing to cheers with, nor anything to drink. Fuck me in the ass. Cheers, everyone. I'm GoodBeer17, bringing you all your rockin' hits and more, and welcome back to Rolls on the Rocks after a very long time. We've been waiting to get there, waiting to start it, waiting to do it all over again, and here we are. Sorry for the delay. For those of you who didn't know, I was in the process of moving. So during that process, it took about a whole month. So I wasn't able to host these D&D sessions. So obviously with no host, there was no D&D. But we are back. We are going to start doing it every Saturday at 10 o'clock again. We were a little late tonight because there was some things that needed to be done. But here we are. We're going to get right into it. I'm not going to waste any time because it is 10:30 and we have lost 30 minutes. So,
Except you need to go get your water.
fuck it. I'll wait. I may have had a kidney stone, but the kidney stone can wait too. No,
Bad.
but anyways,
You just say you have another one?
no, I had a kidney stone.
I'm gonna say
If I had another one, that'd be a problem.
Working on another one.
But
see.
no, so oh, well,
Oh,
Oh my God.
where we last left off, the town had been pretty much obliterated. You had beaten Shinka, but the town was in ruins, on fire. The Solaris basically gone. Thanks to Ra's final Kamehameha massive nuclear explosion that he decided to throw at this thing. And during this time period, some things took place that just, overall weren't good. After the massive explosion, you found out that Shinka lived and crawled back into the ocean from whence it came in a whole new form. This massive mutated monstrosity of seared, scarred, horrific flesh and mangled teeth, now standing upright on two legs. And it started to look very similar to what had originally killed you and brought you to this world. With all of that basically gone now, you stand before Ra in the smoldering, or no, I'm sorry, Ra took you to the catacombs. That's right. Ra took you to the catacombs, and you deciphered the prophecy. The prophecy told all of you the name of, or you actually have a name to this overwhelming evil now. He who consumes all, the Wraith King. This is what you have been given by the prophecy. You also learned that there was a powerful demon and 3 wizards, if I remember correctly. It was 3 wizards that sealed away the Wraith King originally. Now, only through 6 champions can the Wraith King potentially be defeated. And it is said that these 6 champions would come one day to tackle this evil.
How about that?
So in this time, during this time, you're still in the catacombs with Ra. Dur is there, Nadar is there, Sin is there, Nox is there, and Arthur, or Artoriel, for those of you who don't remember on stream, is also there. As for Ablin, Ablin and Taruka are currently indisposed. They are there, but they have decided to take off for a little bit and go do some personal matters before getting ready to go on the road with you to the next location.
Probably go help the people.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So,
Yeah, they have
Sin's gonna
decided.
have to go help.
They've decided. We'll say that they've decided to go and help the people and assist in what matters they could. And they said that they would catch up with you. Just let them know where you're going.
Gotcha.
And with that, you are in free roleplay.
So Sin's gonna turn towards Raw and say, "You mentioned one mage that didn't die."
You mage that didn't die. Oh, hang on. Let me grab my old sheet so I know what I'm looking at. Let me grab my old sheet so I know what I'm looking at.
Was that table before he
God
vanished,
dang
supposedly
it.
holding up in a cave near Darklands? That's special to demons.
Okay. So I have my new sheet, but I don't have my old sheet.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Here we
I
go.
had 2 things I was working on before we cut off for the last session.
Yeah.
That
So-
question and another thing. So
Okay, here's my old sheet. So, let's see. Here's the prophecy. So, as a reminder to everyone of the prophecy, if they don't remember,
you said you were gonna send that you were gonna send a pic of it to me.
yeah, I did send a picture of it to you. I think maybe I might have. I don't know. If not, I will. But as a reminder to everyone, this is the prophecy. Okay, the prophecy was: "Woe to all whom read this! Thy end is nigh. Thy fate is grim, for only death awaits those who seek knowledge of he who devours all. Long ago he crawled from the deepest pits of the great calamity to destroy the world and devour it whole. He seeks only this one goal and cannot be reasoned with, his hunger driving him to consume all in his path. Thanks to the power of 3 great mages and 1 particular demon, he was sealed away. But this seal will not last, for his power is too great. Should he return, he can only be defeated by 6 chosen warriors in a fight that will shake the very fabric of our reality. So prepare, run, hide, for all shall despair at the mention of his name. The Wraith King shall return." Just as a reminder for everyone.
Gotcha.
So go ahead and say what you were going to say.
Sin's gonna turn towards Raw. I'm taking a little bit of pity on him because she did yell at him last time, and now seeing that he has exhausted himself, like blasting Sheik go away and his entire city.
Mhm.
Saying, you mentioned the last mage that survived, and a certain demon that helped along with these 3 mages.
Yes, I did.
You
What?
don't know his name?
No one knows of his name. All we know is that he survived.
The demon survived?
We're not sure if it was the demon or the mage. All we know is that one of them survived.
You said
My-
they were hidden or disappeared in the Darklands.
Yes, all of them, all of the other mages simply disappeared without a trace.
Why?
We are unsure of that as well. They simply vanished.
It seems that this is just a wild goose chase. We're chasing uncertainty.
Indeed. There is rumor of of a strange man who wanders Arcanus. Some say it is the mage, some say that he performs magical feats, some say that it is a demon in mere human disguise, wandering the earth seeking some kind of power or some kind of, I don't know, recognition even.
Wait. I turn to the others. Didn't Gammy's sister or whoever, she mentioned someone. She mentioned the same person. This man in black.
The man in black?
That is true. It is said that this man dresses in all black, and he simply wanders all of Arcanus.
Arthur, you didn't tell us your conversation with Mamie, so we're not sure. But if you say that, then I trust you. But performing strange feats across Arcanus, what kind of feats?
Everything.
What makes it strange?
Everything. There's been good, there has been bad. Some say that he, as I said, some say that he is this missing mage, a man of pure mystical power who radiates an aura of leadership and light, while others say that he is underneath the hood pure evil at heart. He has, in some rights, and again, this is only rumor, but some have said that he has cured the sick, helped the needy, turned whole kingdoms on their head that were in massive debt and falling and crumbling to pieces, turning them into wealthy, powerful kingdoms. And on the other hand, he has destroyed entire kingdoms, taken lives, killed many.
And yet you know barely anything of this. Whatever this person is sounds like a demigod.
The thing is that by the time we get a chance to go and investigate, or we hear from our allies, it is already too late. He's gone. He simply vanishes back into the desert.
If you want my 2 cents, I think we need to do the impossible and track this man down.
You may try. He was last seen heading towards a kingdom known as Lucerys.
What do you think? I turn to the others.
I wanted to go to Lucerys anyways. So I'd be happy to. Raw said that I might be able to find something to protect myself more than, well, I mean, if we look at the difference between all of you and then me, I need a little bit more protection when it comes to my clothing. Soon's gonna pull at her clothes a little bit.
Lucerys is a fine kingdom. I will give you that. But I warn you, Lucerys isn't... How do I put this? It used to be one of the greatest kingdoms of all Arcanus. That is the reason as to why it gained the title Capital of Arcanus, despite the fact that Arcanus is nothing but a lawless badland, each kingdom fending for itself. When it comes to Lucerys, it was an amazing kingdom, but the current ruler, the son of the previous ruler, Romulus Grimm III, he is not a man of high standing. He's not the best individual, not unlike myself, who cares for his subjects. What you might find may be fairly ugly, to say in the least. No one has been to Lucerys in a while. At least not from this kingdom.
The ugliness of man is nothing new to me.
Very well. By all means, we're happy to help you get on your way and get out there. I'm happy to give you the supplies that you need. I've already rewarded you for all of your efforts and given you plenty of things for what you've done for this kingdom. Now, all that I can do is pray and hope that if you are the sixth chosen mentioned in the prophecy, that you manage to defeat this Wraith King and bring him to his knees.
We will certainly try.
Thank you very much. Is there anything else I can do for you before you begin your journey?
I would like to say this. There may come a time when the gods need to choose a side. Because if we fail, then your world dies.
I fight with you. You've already protected my city. You've done more than enough for us. It's only fair that we return it in kind.
Then if when the time comes and we face this Wraith King and whatever the monstrosity that was, will you answer, Lord of the Sun?
I will certainly try. I have a city to search through. Try to pull what I can from the ruins. People here have suffered a great deal, and my people come first. And if that means that unfortunately, if the world needs saving, I will try my best to answer the call, but if I am indisposed, I will send at least some of my power to aid you. At the very least.
It is your choice, and I respect your commitment to your people, but if we fail, you will have no people. Just keep that in mind.
This world is in danger.
The world is always in danger when you gods fail to do your jobs.
I raise an eyebrow at that statement and look over to him.
Many gods have failed. Many gods are dead.
Yes, but many gods are dead due to the fact that you guys can't put away your petty squabbling, your squabbles, your fights, your I'm better than them.
You
want to fight with each other.
Hades and
Yeah.
Tom nearly killed each other.
You gods decide to fight each other and then expect us to come and save the day. I don't need some of your power. When the time comes, I will need all of it. We will need all of it. We will need everything that you gods claim you can do to come in full force. I think you forget, we're not immortal.
Neither are we. Despite the fact that we may claim to be immortal.
No, we know that already. I'm gonna jiggle the heart that I have from Amazons.
Sometimes we gods may claim to be immortal, but we ourselves are and we live forever, true. We will never naturally die, unlike you. But we can still be killed. We are not
Yes.
invincible.
Neither are
But
my
all we're-
kind who die in droves in the protecting the worlds.
All we're asking, Rod, is that you've answered my call, which is more than I can say for most gods. That's why I don't call for them. And I've only seen 2 so far that have stuck their neck out, per se, for your so-called champions that you're sending off to do this for you. And we appreciate that more than we can say, but it would just be nice to have a word that you would be there to back us up.
I give you my word that I will, that even if I can't be there, I will send some of my power to aid you. If I cannot physically be there, I will send power to aid you.
That's all we ask. What are we doing now?
So from this point, you have a choice. You can choose what you want to do. Where do you realistically want to go? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the map. So it sounds like you want to go to Lucerys. But I need a group vote here because I can't have people splitting off and going into multiple locations. While I would love nothing more than to have the entire party split up, I don't think that would be a very good idea, and it wouldn't be very good to track. So where you all are right now is right here. You are in Solaris and Streatham. This is all of Arcanus right here. Lucerys is way up here to the north. Now, the thing is if you remember, last where you were told you would be, where everything was going down, is over in the Kingdom of Wolfstan. That is your, like, I guess if you want to call it, that's your main mission. Lucerys is your wild goose chase. And as I said, this is where you are down here. You're in Solaris and Streatham. So from this point on, you choose where you want to go. Where is it that you want to go?
Knox is going to look at the group. He's going to light a cigarette and go, I'll meet you by the cart. I can't stand in front of a god anymore.
Well,
And
we'll be there
I'm
on
just
the
going to...
cart. Well, I, for one, think we should find this man in black. And at the very least he could be a source of information on this he who devours all and this so-called Wraith King.
I told you I wanted to go to Lucerys anyways, and we've been outfitted by Ra for a land trip rather than the sea. We all know that Southern can't take us right now directly to Wolfstan along the coast.
Southern has actually already left. He is no longer even in the port.
Exactly. So he can't take us. We all know that.
Then I suppose we are decided.
Very well.
I do have my camel, right?
Yes, I do believe so. Everybody has, so, to give you guys an idea as to what you all have, in terms of your travel luggage. So everybody has a mount to ride on. You can choose your mounts, from 3 different creatures. I will allow you to choose. Your mounts are not pets. You cannot use them in combat. They do not require they do not require you to take care of them, as they are magically fed and taken care of. But you will be using them to travel throughout the land. Your mount will depend on your speed, and it may or may not give you a boost in terms of dexterity checks, traversing the desert. If you choose not to have a mount, that is also a choice that you can take. But your current choices are: you can have a wagon. This wagon will be able to carry all of you and some supplies. It is pulled by 2 horses. Or you can each have an individual mount, being the choice from a camel, a horse, or a donkey.
If this land is
Damn.
if this land is a desert, right?
Yes, all of Arcanus is basically one big desert, and we're talking like Gobi Desert, like massive desert
Then-
dunes.
Then a camel would probably be the smartest choice.
Okay.
For me, at least.
Yeah, I already asked for that. So.
Okay, camels it is. For you two, Nox, what would you like?
I think
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna go with the carriage, but instead of horses, can I have camels?
You cannot have the carriage. If you have the carriage, it is a group thing.
Oh, okay. Then I have a camel.
Okay. So,
Yeah, I
Can
don't
we
think
take-
any of
can
us
I-
knew that, like,
Can we
Yeah, I
take
don't
the
think-
carriage and like attach it to the camels then?
um,
I mean,
That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to.
we
like,
could just
drive
take
the
we could just
carriage.
yeah we could just take the camels.
Yeah.
And attach them to the
yeah,
carriage.
I'll say you can have 2 camels and a carriage.
Yeah, that'd be better.
Okay.
but nobody gets individual mounts.
No. If you want the carriage, no individual mounts. You'll
Okay.
have
But that'll
2
allow us
camels
to
and a
carry
carriage.
more provisions and
Yep.
potentially loot.
So a
So-
wagon and 2 carriages. That's what, or a wagon. A
You'll
carriage,
basically
two
have a
camels.
wagon. You'll have one big wagon drawn by 2 camels. The wagon is large enough to carry all 6 of you and some supplies. So, it will basically give you a load off almost. You won't
Yeah.
have to attach everything in saddlebags to your camels. It'll give you extra space too, a little bit of extra. So there you go.
Okay.
So now from here, I'm going to flip the map.
Oh,
4x4 wagon.
real
Yep,
quick.
Go ahead.
I want to talk to Ra before they go when they go.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, shit, damn it, dude! I was.
Oh, it's fine. Hey, everybody can have their chance with
You were
Ra.
both there talking to Ra. I'm
So-
the only one that's gone.
So Nox is gone. Let's start with Arthur. You want a private conversation with Ra? Go ahead and have this private conversation with Ra, and then we'll let Sin have a private conversation with Ra.
Yeah, Sin's gonna go step like off to the side so you can have your private conversation, but she's gonna start drawing like Raw's robes.
To make to double make sure. I want to telepathically communicate with Ra and ask him and talk with him.
Go for it.
If it... Apologies, Lord of the Sun, but... There is something that I wish to ask you.
Interesting that you're communicating with me telepathically, but go ahead. What is it?
Yes, I call it a extra precaution to make sure no one hears us. But I had a would you say you have a decent knowledge on other deities?
For the most part, yes. I've let's just say I've had my fair share of run-ins with other deities besides myself. Most of them I'm not exactly friendly with.
There are 2 deities that I wish to know about.
By all means, ask away.
What do you know about hell?
Ah, the Norse pantheon. Interesting. Hel, the goddess of the underworld, or in this case Helheim, is, to my knowledge, she's quite a cruel goddess. She doesn't very much so like to speak to people unless it is on her time or it directly benefits her in some way, shape, or form. She is very much into herself in every way, shape, and form. She believes that she has been given the short straw, if you will, in the Norse pantheon, very similar to Hades and Zeus in the Greek pantheon. Hades believes that he drew the short straw by becoming the god of the underworld in his pantheon. Same goes for Hel. She doesn't necessarily want to be there, but she is there. And there have been quite a few wars thanks to her. One of them being a war that included her trying to bring Helheim to Asgard, basically all of Asgard becoming her domain. Unfortunately, she was thwarted by her brother Thor, or I guess it would be her uncle, if I remember correctly. So yes, that is Hel in a short description.
Yeah. That was most informative. I appreciate it. What about... There's one that I'm unfamiliar with. I've never
Very
heard.
well.
I've never heard his name until it was spoken. Lucifer.
Oh. You wish to know of the angel that fell.
Yes, I know he is fallen. One of the wretched fallen.
Was fallen.
Was.
Well, wasn't, one way or the other. Basically, he has had a very rocky past. Let's put it that way. There was a time where he fell. He is from the Christian pantheon. Let's put it that way. Let's start with that. He's from the Christian pantheon. He was an angel, very much like yourself.
Yes, that's what. That much I know.
And he became a fallen angel. But he took this power, took this anger, this rage, and turned himself from a fallen angel into something more. There was a time where he was even accepted back in.
What?
But he didn't take the offer. He preferred the power that he was given, or the power that he had taken. And that is where he is now. He has not been seen for a very, very long time. But his influence can be felt all over Grundheim.
Interesting. Because that's a different version of the story.
A different
Right.
version of the story. It's just restarting. It's good. Don't worry about it. It's just restarting.
It's a different version of the story than I've been told.
What
Or
was
rather,
the
it's-
story you were told?
Or rather, it seems to be missing some pieces.
Very well. By all means. What is the story that you have heard?
I was told from a source, we shall say, that he fell
Yes.
because he fell in love
Ah.
with hell.
This is not a topic that I like to go into.
Hmm.
But Due to your help, I will give you the knowledge that you seek. To give you the full story, what I gave you was a brief synopsis. To give you the full story of what actually, like what caused the fall, what happened, why he fell. Long before he fell, he did in fact fall in love. He fell in love with Hell, and their relationship was beautiful. Something that could not be tainted, could not be tarnished, could not be broken by any of the gods. This was, and some of them even supported it. Unfortunately, due to some rather unfortunate circumstances, including a war, he fell from good graces. And during this time, before he fell, pretty much right in the middle of the war, it is said that he and Hell spawned a child. A single child. This child, we do not know its current whereabouts. We don't even know if it's true. But it is said, in myth and rumor, that they spawned a single child. And since then, after the fall, it was said that this child was sent away, or disappeared from Grundheim altogether. As to where it went, no one knows. But the rage and hatred from the war to losing their child caused him to fall. Caused him to become corrupted, angry, spiteful, vengeful. And after he fell, even though he was given the opportunity to come back, even though he was given the opportunity to rise again, he chose his vengeance and hatred.
I see. If the child were to be discovered, what would come of it?
One could say that many horrible things could happen. The enemies from the war long past could return, seeking the child's power. They could seek to use the child as a bargaining chip, to gain power from Hell. They could even, as I said, he hasn't been seen in a very long time. They could bring him back. They could bring Lucifer back. Give this child to him, bringing his consciousness back a little bit before turning around and asking for power from him. Power that is, one could say, some of the most dangerous in all of the realm.
I see.
This child, if you have found them, it is both a prize that you should hold on to and a token that you should beware. This child is a massive piece in a long war game that has taken place through hundreds of thousands of years.
I know. Well, if I find said child, I would do everything in my power to keep them secret.
That would be best. Revealing their presence? If you did that, let's just say you, your friends, everyone that is in your vicinity could be in serious danger.
See.
There's
Wow.
one in particular. Now, I will mention this. There's one creature in particular that is an enemy of Lucifer in every way, shape, and form, seeking to overwhelm his power, seeking to take him over and destroy him and consume him, gaining more power to add to his own. It is a demon that goes by the name of Baphomet.
My eyes widen and just you see veins popping, like come onto my forehead and cheeks, and clench my fists. What?
Yes, his name is Baphomet. He seeks to find this child. It has been his goal for millennia. He seeks to find this child, to control it, to use it against Lucifer. And then,
For
when
what end?
As I said, to consume him, to gain his power. That is what he wants. He wants to wield this ultimate evil power to destroy the world or bring it under his reign.
There's
My-
like a look.
Go ahead.
There would be a look of like beneath the rage. There would be a look of just kind of. I'd be, I guess, noticeably sweating at that prospect.
Seems as though you have one massive secret to hide. I could tell by the sweat upon your brow that whatever you have gotten yourself into
I snapped to it. I snapped to his gaze.
I'm going to tell you right now. If you are involved in any way in this, keep this secret to you close. You have my word that this will stay between us. But don't ever reveal this to anyone. Should you do so, or should Baphomet find out, you will have hell to pay.
Even to the child itself.
Indeed.
Straight. It's sad. There's a part of me that believes that they should know.
You can tell them if you wish, but remember, should this secret get out, should this for whatever reason leak upon the world, havoc, death, destruction, the continuation of a millennia spanning war could be at stake.
Well, I thank you, Lord of the Sun,
Yes.
for this has been a very, very fruitful conversation.
I'm glad that I could assist you.
The child. All I will say is that I know where the child is. I seem to have discovered it by accident. But I will make
Ra, like, he's going to kind of sweep around you a little bit and bring his arm over your shoulder, bringing you close. He knows that you're speaking telepathically, but he's gonna he's gonna give you he's gonna get close and look you dead in the eyes. Then by all means, do not say a word to anyone. You are lucky that you brought this to me and not someone else. But don't even trust me. I give you my word that this won't leave my lips. Don't even trust someone that looks like me. Should you give this to any god, anyone, doesn't matter how much you trust them, it could be catastrophic.
Understood. The secret will stay buried.
Good. If you wish to tell the child, if you know where they are, do it at your own risk.
No pressure, then.
Yes. And should they be in this world, there is a chance that Baphomet has already found them. And if that is the case, you need to do everything in your power to run. Just keep yourselves hidden. Continue to move. Don't ever stop. Because he will be coming. And when he does, he'll be coming with an army.
Your words have definitely not fallen on deaf ears.
Very good.
If I have to, I will take it to my grave.
A wise decision. Now,
I will go, as I believe
yes.
Lady Sin had something to talk to you about as well.
Very well, I shall sit here and wait for her before you head off on your journey. Your carriage is waiting, drawn by 2 camels. Hopefully you will be safe. I will pray for your safety.
I will bow my head and do kind of the Roman chest salute. Thank you, my lord.
He nods his head and lets you go. He looks over at Sin.
Sin kind of like feeling eyes on her, and like she she was distracted. So she's gonna run up to Raw and say, "Yeah, I know it's hurting you, but hey, does this look like your well, not armor, I guess, but clothes?"
What are you showing to him?
She's been over sitting in the corner sketching his outfit.
Oh, okay. So she's just been like fucking around with his robes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do believe that is mine.
Okay. Well, thank you, Raw. You were the only one to kind of answer my call. Besides Hades, I mean, he's kind of cooler than, well, I don't want to say cooler than you, but he gave me a puppy. So she's gonna go like start running out of the temple and say good luck with, oh wait, hold on, I forgot. I had a really big favor actually to ask you.
Very well, speak it. I shall try my best to help.
Well, I've been kind of waiting for a time, and I know you rewarded us, but I will really honestly give you all the flicker back if you have perchance a diamond.
A diamond?
I need it.
An odd request, but it just so happens that I believe I have a diamond in one of my scepters. I can give it to you. No need for the flicker. You need to keep
Really?
that. You deserve it. You need it. And I shall give you the diamond as well.
Based.
He walks over to like a closet, and he opens it, and we'll just say that you're in his throne room, for the purposes of this, because you were in the catacombs. We'll say that you came up from the catacombs
shit.
and you're in his throne
All right.
room. No, you're all good. But he opens up a closet and he pulls out, and you can see inside of the closet there's an array of scepters. There's like a gold scepter,
Really?
an ebony scepter, an ivory scepter. It's like, just a bunch of them. It's almost like
All
a
right,
collection.
Sin's eyes are gonna like fucking widen, like really, man. Like,
Yeah. it's like a little collection. He pulls out a particular scepter that is made from some kind of gem, some kind of purple gem. And in the center of it is an ankh. It's at the top, and in the center there's an ankh. And in the center of the ankh is a brilliant blue diamond. He plucks it from the center of the ankh and he hands it to you.
okay. Thank you. I'm sorry. Sin wouldn't know what to do with that, so Sin's just like literally gonna watch like the scepter, like eyes on everything, clicking back and forth between Raw and the closet and the diamond now in her hand, and just kind of not believing, honestly, that Raw would give her that. So
I can assure you, this diamond is real. It is the staff. While it is nice, it is not my favorite. And I have plenty of other staffs filled with jewels and things that I prefer. Diamonds are nice, but they are not my favorite. Let's put it that way. And of course, after all that you've done, it is the least that I can do for you.
thank you so much. And I know that I was frustrated with you before, but it's not just you. It's how does an entire world of gods pick six people, out of everybody that drops into your world randomly?
The funny
Like
thing
I
is
said-
that we didn't write this prophecy.
Well, who did?
We are not sure. It simply appeared one day. Etched on the walls beneath my kingdom in our catacombs.
And you've spoken to other gods about this prophecy?
I have. Some did not believe it. Some did not want to believe it. Some didn't care. Some believed that it was a sign, and they began to choose sides. Secretly. After hearing of your tales of battle, I believe Kamazot's was one of these.
Sin's eyes are gonna drop to the heart at her waist, and well, he did something that I couldn't stand for, and that was try to take what I found.
It's
For the
understandable.
longest, since I can remember, Nox has been everything that I've had, and then now I have an entire group of people that I care for and that accept me. But like I said, you and Hades, you're the only gods that have answered my calls. So thank you. And Sin's gonna do something she's never done, which is kind of give Ra a half bow.
Ra is going to see it, and he is going to bow in return as a mutual sign of respect.
Sin's gonna like hold the jewel in her hand for the longest time while she's walking out, and kind of peek back over her shoulder and then shake her head and keep walking out so she can join the rest.
All right. And
Juicy.
with that, Ra is... You have left Ra's palace. You are now on the outskirts. If you're by the carriage, or if you have gone to the carriage, you are now on the outskirts of what was Solaris. still smoldering and burning from the fires of the explosion and the devastation caused by this creature. So, are you ready to begin?
So we're meeting up with Nox at the wagon.
Yes.
And...
If you're at the
Okay.
carriage, that is where you are. If you want to do anything else before you leave, you may. As a quick heads up, just to be a nice DM, remember that currently Ablin and Taruka are not with you. They are helping the townspeople.
So, question to our very nice DM.
Yes.
You said that you said that they told us they would meet up with us.
They would meet up with you, but to let them know where you're headed so that they can meet up with you before you leave.
So should we let them go? Let them know? Like, can we still go and let them know?
Yeah,
and then
can
they
we-
could,
Yeah, you can leave like a note for them.
Well, I was gonna say, the captain. Let's.
Captain Akil?
Yes, thank you very much. Could we have Captain Akil pass the message to Evelyn and Taruka
Yes. You can very
that
much
we
so do that.
are going on our way to Lucerys?
Yeah. By all means.
So I don't mean to ask, but what about Nadar?
Nadar is with you. He has been silent this whole time.
Huh. Arthur
He has
kinda
been
turns-
very silent this entire time.
Arthur turns to him and asks, "Now you this is you're oddly silent, brother."
Hey, you don't get to call him bro yet.
I have been thinking.
That's new.
Indeed, brother. But our conversation, our battle, the battle with that creature, my son, all of these things have been compiling on me. And I can do nothing else but think about the future. What should I do? Where should I go? Is this really the right thing to do? I had to give Dur to Ra. Had I not given Dur to Ra during that time when we battled that creature, he could have died. Had he done that, I don't know what I would have done. I would have gotten an innocent child killed for no other reason but to sate my lust for combat.
Forgive me, this is very out of character. I know Dur's your adopted son, but well, you care. You're feeling, brother.
I am. I don't know what's happening to me. Maybe I'm not just a cold, lifeless machine after all.
Arthur, realizing what he's trying to say, but he hasn't said it yet, walks up to Nadar and puts a gentle hand on his shoulder, and with a kind smile says, "You know, I often wondered what it would have been like to raise a child, to be a father. Me and Serena had talked about it for a long time. We wanted... Can you believe you wanted... She wanted 3.
One is too much for me.
Yeah. She wanted 3 little girls, you know? And I didn't know how I could ever take care of 3 human children. And it was scary, but yet I looked forward to it. And I realized that I wanted that more than anything. You... Kind of a bittersweet smile reaches my face. I know what you're trying to say. You should go and take care of your son, brother. Protect him from this cruel world. For he needs your guidance to be strong.
But where would I do it? I can't do it here. I mean, look at this place. It's devastated.
And so, where is Nox when this conversation is going on?
How close are you to the wagon right now when you're having this conversation?
I'm
I'm asking Arthur.
Oh, I don't know.
Nadar was near the wagon, but he wasn't like directly standing next to it.
But you didn't pull him away.
No,
you're
I did
still
not pull him
technically
away.
within ear range of Nox.
I guess so.
I'm having this conversation in full earshot of all of you.
Yeah, then
I was gonna
yes.
say yeah. Sten probably ran out
So-
and was playing with Dur. So
So, at hearing this, Nox is going to turn around and go, why wouldn't this be the perfect place? Dur knows it. They need help rebuilding. You know Ra will take care of you. This might be the perfect place for you to settle down.
I agree.
I could go with you to Lucerys.
I look him dead in the eyes and sternly, no.
I'm going to laugh. As much as your sword would be needed, I think you're needed here more.
No. I mean, settle down in Lucerys. Go there, settle down there. Who knows?
Why go to the Badlands with the bad ruler that everybody keeps talking about? They don't know what kind of shape it's in. At least you know what you're getting into here. You have support here. Thor has a system here. A support system here.
yeah, shit. Raw did say that, didn't he?
Maybe... I suppose that is the case, but... I guess... my main concern, the thing that I want to do, is I want to raise him away from these gods. Away from all of this. I don't want
You can still do that. You don't have to settle here permanently. Help them rebuild. Show Dur what it is to be more than just a man who runs when things get hard.
Show him the kindness. Show him strength. Show him endurance.
Compassion.
Roll me persuasion with advantage.
Who?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Since who's the
Sten's flying-
who's the one who
Sten's
brought
flying
up
her
staying?
around,
Who's
so.
the one who brought up staying?
He did originally. I just supported his decision
Taylor.
to stay.
Roll me persuasion with advantage.
Bet.
You're welcome.
Thank you. That is...
Before he tells you, I'm gonna add one caveat before he tells you. Nadar, you still owe Hades souls as his champion. How many can you collect from this area?
True, but perhaps. That's very true.
Okay, now you can tell him what you rolled.
I rolled a dirty 27.
Holy
Taylor?
motherfuck. Okay.
Yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah,
Hang
I have
on,
a plus.
hang
I have a
on.
+9 to persuasion.
D&D
so it's not
Beyond
like
is
me?
updating because I have Nadar's character sheet and I have to pull it up because I don't know if I had his updated character sheet from last time.
Well, if it's 11, then he's updated.
Wait, how'd you get a +9 to persuasion?
Because my charisma stat is max, and I am proficient in persuasion.
He's been upgrading his stuff through pieces, and one of his big things was updating his charisma because that's his
brat.
main casting modifier.
Same here, yeah, mine was the highest.
He had to upgrade his to max. You got max out the gate.
Yeah, I had to work for mine.
Now I'm just that good, so.
Damn.
I'm
If
better.
it wasn't on video, he wouldn't have believed it. That's the better
Yeah.
part.
Alright, Taylor.
Let's see.
When
Hang
did
on. I have his sheet right here. So it is not updated. It is only at level 10.
Homelander. I'm better. No.
But what I can do is I can just easily go in and click level 11. And his character sheet will be updated.
I have to do all my level ups by hand. No.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's because his is he has a fully custom character.
Yeah, Yep. I know what he's talking about.
Aw. Yeah.
I don't think there's any way Nadar's beating a 27.
Probably not, but I have to look just in
Oh,
case.
no. Oh, I know. I'm not arguing that point.
Okay. Nadar, native Hades. What did you get, buddy? Oh, wow. What did you get, buddy? What did you get? He has a decently high stat, but I don't know if it beats a 27. Okay, so that is
What is it? A silvery heart.
but he has to roll let's see. Wow. Okay. So that is holy shit. That came really close. That
He's
came,
down with the
that
26.
came really close. You got him by one.
I called it.
Wow.
Yeah, you got him by
Well, he's
one.
a paladin, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, so I mean,
Yeah, you got him by one. So he's gonna look at you. He's gonna go, you're right. Maybe I can at least pay off my debt to Hades and then leave. But I think this is the end for me. I don't think I can continue adventuring. That means leaving all of you. My friends. My brother.
You can join us later.
Well, you have to do what is best. Because now you have someone to care about, other than yourself.
I suppose so. He looks over at Durr. I guess this is goodbye.
I grab him by the shoulder and make him look at me.
He looks at you.
No. This isn't goodbye. So much it is as it is. See you later.
I like that. See you later it is then.
And I'm gonna pull him in and I'm gonna fucking hug his ass.
Big dap. No, yeah, no, he returns your embrace.
I will, when this is all over, I will find you again. And I'll bring you the head of Baphomet.
Good to see you embrace your rage. Kill that demon for me. Show me what you're made of.
Happily. I look over to Dur. Now listen here, Dur.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. I said that Sin was playing with her. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
Sin
yeah, that's
was
right.
flying her around in the air.
I walk
You
over
can
to
call
him.
out to them.
Well, they can
I-
call out me. Yeah.
Dur!
Yeah.
May I have a word?
He looks at Sin. Can I go play with him, Eddie? Sin.
Let's go, baby.
He grabs your hand happily and he scurries over.
Why does everybody look like that?
He has to center. He has to focus because Dur is such a fucking. He's such a comedical character. In this very sad moment.
Alright, so I look at Dur and I'm like, hey.
You got this.
Okay. So I look at him. Fuck.
He's not gonna. You can't do it.
Oh my God.
Alright.
You can't handle the truth.
Shut the fuck up. Okay.
This is a very sad moment, you guys.
Alright. Alright. So I'll take a knee. So I'm like eye level with Dur. And I look at him. Say now, listen here, young man. Your father has made the choice to stay. Now your father is a good man, strong warrior, and a dear friend, a brother.
Does that make you my uncle?
Yes. Yes, it does. You may call me Uncle Arthur.
Okay.
Wait, so nobody has still explained to Sin what's going on, right?
No, you haven't heard a thing.
So her eyes are gonna like dart back and forth between Nadar and Arthur, who is on his knee in front of her and Dur, and she's gonna snatch Dur up, and then just kind of look between all three men, and her eyes are gonna water up, and she's gonna dart into Nadar's chest with Dur, and just hold on to him.
Nadar is gonna be visibly shocked at first. Then he's gonna kind of just, accept it, and he's gonna return the embrace. You all have warmed my mechanical heart. And these past few months that I've spent with you has changed me in many ways. From someone who didn't really have much of a purpose, to gaining a purpose, to that purpose completely changing and morphing into something new. I can't thank you enough for what you've done for me.
It is we who should be thanking you for joining us, for laughing, fighting alongside us, and protecting us.
For being a brother.
For a second, you almost think you see what looks like a tear. In actuality, it's oil, but he's basically, you have caused this man to spring a leak from his eye socket, or from, well, yeah, his mechanical robotic eye socket. You can tell he really doesn't want to do this. He doesn't want to leave you. He doesn't want this to be the quote-unquote end of his adventures with you. But he has no choice.
Arthur picks up Durr, and while they're hugging, group hug with Durr.
Group hug with Durr.
The poor kid's just stuck in the middle.
Durr's just kind of looking around like, why is everybody crying? No. Nadar looks at all of you one last time. He takes Durr in his arms and he starts to back away. I think it's time for me to go. The longer we stay, the more painful this becomes.
Well, how about I do you a favor before you leave?
He looks at you. Okay.
Since you are unable to go, why don't I take your blade so when I see you next I can give it back to you? And you can know you helped just that much more.
Fight until the bitter end. Even if I'm not there with you in body, I can be there with you in spirit.
Yep.
He unsheathes his blade. He quickly flips it, hangs onto the blade, and hands you the hilt.
I take it, and I sheath it in my back.
He gives you his sword. You now have Nadar's sword, which is a special sword. It is a magical item. I will give
I'll
you
get
the
it from you later.
Yeah, I will give you the details of it later. But that is a special magical sword that you have just been handed. The second you grab onto it, there is something about this sword that you can't quite put your finger on. It is evil and yet not at the same time.
Okay.
And on top of that, you feel as though if you were to use this blade, you couldn't use it correctly. It feels like this sword almost needs to be attuned to in order to use.
Okay, and that's going to be another longsword, correct?
Yes, it is a long sword.
Just double checking so I can add it.
Yep.
Can I possibly... Oh, I don't have anything for it. Never mind.
Oh, okay. So, with that, Nadar turns on foot. He waves to you, holding Dur against his chest. He raises his left fist into the air, and walks away.
And before he leaves, I telepathically say to him, Hold your son close. And never let him go, brother. See you later.
See you later, brother. He says telepathically back to you as he basically goes. You see him disappear behind the smoke that is enveloping the city.
And Arthur will turn and walk between Sid and Nox, and despite himself, there are tears falling from his eyes as he walks past.
I'm gonna pat him on the shoulder.
Sin will put a hand on Arthur's arm and then look up at him and try to catch one of his tears. I was gonna ask if I could do something.
Yeah, go for it.
So I have. So, is there any way that I can persuade you, DM? Because the Sin did draw carve statues out of wood for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way I could use, like, say I used a Ray of Frost on his tear and try to make it into the same drawing of the party that Nadar made for us? Well, that Nigel made for us.
Do you have the spell? Oh my god, what is that fucking spell called? Is it prestidigitation?
Water.
Prestidigitation?
Yeah, is it prestidigitation? It's the one that allows you to transform a object.
Yes, I totally do.
Okay.
But
then
it's not permanent. So can I make that permanent somehow?
give me a roll. And I want you to roll Arcana.
Arcana?
Yes.
Oh, dang it. Arcana. Oh, wait, no, I'm good at that. Okay, cool. Arcana. I haven't played it in so long. Okay, I got a 18. I got a 23.
23? Okay.
Yes.
With your Arcana check, you're trying to take this tear in this statue and transform it into a permanent version of the picture that
Nigel made of our
Nigel had made
Well,
at the party.
Yeah, and adding Dur.
And adding Dur. Okay. So what happens is you grasp the tear, you grab the let's just say you grab the tear, you grab some sand in your hand, and you hold them up, and magically in between your hands this picture forms onto it. It is a beautiful tapestry. We're talking, this thing is like perfect beyond all means. It looks like it should be hung on the walls of a palace. And it is a full picture of the party, like you are describing, with Dur now added on top of Nadar's shoulders, laughing.
Okay, thank you so much. Can I, well, hell. How am I gonna get it to him? Sin's gonna, like, pull out, Hottie from his kit. Well, pull him out, not call him out, like, summon him.
Mm-hmm.
But pull him out and have him take the statue and run it off the Dur as she turns away, so that nobody sees that her eyes are watery.
Very well. Hottie takes off, and a few minutes later comes back without the statue, and you can assume that the statue was in fact given, or the picture, the tapestry, was in fact given to Nadar. So, with that, we have said our final farewells to Nadar. And for those of you in stream, Nadar has unfortunately left our party. At least for the time being. Nigel will no longer be returning. And he may not return for the rest of this campaign. So, thank you all for the people who loved Nigel's character, who loved Nadar. Thank you to Nigel. I don't know if he'll see this, but thank you to Nigel for being a part of our party for as long as you were. Nadar was a great character, and he shall live on, caring for his son in Solaris and Streatham, unless otherwise brought back into the fight. So with that, we are ready to move on if everybody else is.
Here.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, so I guess what I can do is I can go and I can fly around and go find Ablin and let him know, and then fly back.
Yeah, I'll say. So I'll say that during this time period where Nadar has left and Walson was prestidigitating this thing, you quickly flew into the city, let Ablin and Taruka know of where you were headed, and then quickly flew back. So that is done. They are aware of where you are headed. And if everybody is ready, we are set to move.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Is well, probably not the best time.
You'll be traveling in a wagon, so if you want to do any RP in
Yeah.
the meantime.
Yeah.
So
Who is dying?
that would be Taylor. So we are transitioning to a new map.
It's because of Dur.
We are transitioning to a new map.
Help me, Daddy.
Help me, Daddy. Yes, we are transitioning to a new map for the first time in a long time. And you now will see a whole new map of Arcanus. So this is a city / region map that I made a very long time ago at the very beginning of this campaign. This has some updated cities and some very important cities that you will need to know of while you were traveling. So in order to get to Lucerys, which is way the fuck up here, you have down here a couple of cities with important names from the story. The cities are listed here, including here's Solaris and Streatham. Here is I believe it's called Stocknestad, Gorkovici, Narori, Gornir, Rumborna, Finsk, Pinsk is its name, not Finsk. Pinsk, Bayek, Araya, Burr, and Arkala. These are all very important city names. Past this point, it is pretty much lawless Badlands, just scattered about. These are some other important kingdoms that you could run into if you choose to go that way, but you are not. You are going north currently. So...
past what point specifically? Like, past Burr?
Uh-huh.
Or by it?
Past Burr is all... Well, technically speaking, once you pass... so there's... It depends on which path you want to go. If you're going the long path past Burr, everything is lawless Badland. If you're going just straight north past Bayek, everything is lawless Badland.
So it doesn't really matter which city we go to.
Yes.
Badlands.
It just depends on if you're taking the short path or the long path. If you go to Arkala is the last city that you will run into before you go back into Lawless Badland, headed to the Kingdom of Wolfstan. So.
You okay, love?
I'm trying.
So.
I guess we can go to the short route.
Okay. So
Quiet.
you start making your way north. The desert sands beat against your heads on this carriage as you travel. The sands blow in a breeze, creating almost like a mirage. Like, you know, when heat ripples off of the ground, that is what you see for miles out. Now, Gorkovici is a decent distance from Solaris. Now, just because it looks like this on the map doesn't mean that this isn't like hundreds of miles away. So these two cities are fairly close to each other, but in between Gorkovici and Solaris, there's actually a decent little distance in between them. So you're talking probably a good 50 to 100 miles in between them. So you'll begin traveling north in the carriage, and time will go by, the day will go by, and as you get, you'll end up during this time when it's day, you'll end up passing Gorkovici and Ramborna. Now you will be in between Ramborna and Oriya, which is you'll probably be somewhere right around here when it gets to dark nighttime. So go ahead, you're in free roleplay during this time. I mean, do what you wish.
What am I guess am I driving the carriage or?
We never discussed who's driving. Who wants to drive?
Don't let Sin drive.
I can drive.
Okay, we'll say Arthur took the reins.
Just
As long as he survives that.
Why do people live here?
Oh no. Can Sin cut like extra shirt? Because I do have extra clothing in my backpack. So can I cut like an extra, cut it in the strips and then wrap it around Arthur's face?
Yes, you can. You can create a turban for him if you wish,
Okay.
or a shema. You can create a shema for him.
This bloody sand is ridiculous, coarse and irritating.
And it gets everywhere. No.
I can drive.
No, I can drive. I just won't stop.
Yeah. Is Nox just? I'm assuming the Nox is like asleep in the back of the carriage.
Knox,
Smoking a cigarette.
what are you doing?
He's probably like laying down, smoking a cigarette.
Smoking a cigarette.
Yeah,
In the back.
in the back.
He's just
Smoking a cigarette.
sprawled out on the floor of the carriage in the back, smoking a cigarette. You know, bouncing his leg over his other one, just
Just
kind of looking at the stars.
Heading his
Actually-
sword.
No, I'm attuning to it.
Oh, so you want
Holy
to
shit.
try
Holy
to
shit!
attune?
Stop the presses.
Okay.
Stop the presses. He's not smoking a cigarette. Holy shit.
So you wish to try to
I'm
attune
still
to the
smoking
sword.
while I'm attuning.
So
Okay.
you are trying
Okay.
you are trying to attune to the sword. As you attempt to attune to it, you start to receive backlash.
Okay.
You start to receive backlash as if the sword is completely resisting you. You cannot attune to the sword.
Seem to be having some trouble back there.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to pull over. I need to call for a favor that I finally get.
Well, you can call for the favor while you're on the move.
I figured I would have to stop to call for death.
Oh, you're calling for death?
What time of day?
Remember, he said summon him if I need him.
So it is nighttime currently. It's not like deep night, but it is nighttime.
Starting.
I'd say it's probably somewhere around 9-10 o'clock.
Well, I suppose we should break and pull over anyway. Make camp for the night.
So am I being nice and handing him this turban that I made, or am I just wrapping it around his face while he's driving?
That's up to you.
You're turning him into a mummy.
Do you want to just like fucking? This is getting
like,
you know.
nice and like Sid is trying to be nice, and she's gonna cut the shirt up tight in a way so that I can wrap around Arthur's face and head.
So you're just gonna wrap it around him, no questions asked.
Just
Okay, I will say no questions asked, but I'm going to specify that I'm wrapping it around his mouth and nose carefully so he can breathe, but...
Oh, he'll be able to breathe through it. It's just cloth.
just wait. What are you?
Yeah, and literally. So you're driving the carriage, and as you're driving the carriage, she just pops up behind you. Hey, you're putting this on. Starts wrapping up your head in cloth pieces.
Better, yes? No?
Fucking Kenny from South Park.
Sin's gonna tug the thing down. What?
I suppose. This does help, and I suppose I'm pulling the carriage over now.
Oh god. Okay, so you pull the carriage over, and you stop.
Sin's hanging over the front of the seat in the back and tapping knocks on the forehead.
I'll say that you make a campfire for the night to light the surrounding areas.
Some little tents.
Yeah, and you set up some little tents. And you wish to summon death.
Yes.
We better have tents with that motherfucker. Wrong.
Go ahead.
I look at Uba and say, "Go get him."
Okay. Uba disappears into the shadows, and after Uba disappears into the shadows, it takes somewhere around 30 minutes, but then shadows basically start to surround you and only you. Everyone can see this, and it's like a shadowy wall kind of forms around you. They cannot see through this shadowy wall. This is magical darkness. And amidst the shadowy darkness that you can see inside, death appears to you.
Okay. So, a dear friend of mine gave me this sword, and I need to attune to it. And I was wondering, being the Lord of Death, if you could possibly help me.
Do you mind if I see the sword?
I present it to him.
He takes the sword in his hands and he looks at it. This is quite the interesting blade.
It was given to him by God, the Lord Hades.
Oh. I was afraid that you would say that. Well, allow me to tell you what this blade is. This blade is known as Torment. I know of it well. It is a very special sword, forged in the heart of the underworld. And the reason as to why you can't attune to it is because you are not a paladin of Hades.
Okay.
In order to attune to this sword, there is a special piece to it that you have to have. The only people that can attune to this blade have to be followers of Hades. They have to be a servant of him.
Well, that's not particularly what I want to do. What if we tried to discuss it with Hades? Do you think he would allow it?
Depends. Depends on what kind of mood he's in. But I suppose we could...
We do have his goddaughter here, you know.
Mhm. If that is the case, then hopefully you will be able to persuade him. Very well. He disappears for a moment into the shadows, and then he comes back, and the darkness stays around you. The ground cracks open, and Hades appears in the darkness. What is it that I can do for you now, mortal?
I thought we had a good relationship.
We
You
do.
actually shook my hand. Well, I have a favor to ask you. I promised to keep fighting for Nadar, and he lent me his sword. As I am a paladin of balance, I ask you the simple favor of allowing me to attune to your sword so I may use it.
Ha! Oh, this is rich. Oh, this is rich. You're saying my paladin, my champion, has lent you this sword that I gave to him specifically for being my champion. And why is this exactly?
Because your champion took a soul so that he could continue yours. He's looking to make you another champion that can last you longer than he can. So, he is teaching Dur your ways, so Dur can serve you for longer. My intent is to use this sword to protect your daughter that you seem to love and have given a puppy, and use the sword and keep it still and keep it fed with blood so that I can pass it on to Dur when he is ready.
Okay. Interesting. So, he is going to train me a new champion.
He's still collecting souls, but yes, he is training another champion for you.
Interesting. Very well. But, I have a condition. I have a very interesting condition. Something that could work quite well in my favor, actually. I understand that he's taking more souls, but I still need those. I need those souls sooner rather than later if he wishes to leave my service. So I'll tell you what. You gather souls with his sword, and I will count it as his debt being paid. On top of that, I sense something in you, and on top of that, I believe that your patron, Death, over here, also senses something else within you. You call yourself a paladin or champion of balance.
That's what I've been.
But
At hearing this, Nox is going to lean over and light a cigarette.
But balance is quite hard to keep when you have a festering need for vengeance.
It's not the easiest.
What if I were to tell you that you could sate this need for your vengeance, assisting me in the same right, and not becoming my paladin, but changing your ways, so to speak. Not being a paladin of balance, but instead a paladin for vengeance.
It sounds appealing.
That is good to hear. He looks over at Death. I'll leave you two alone for a minute to discuss things. Hades just kind of vanishes into the darkness, and Death approaches you to speak. This is a very hard path to take. With your vengeance boiling inside of you like this, taking this route means that you change your oath forever. You cannot be a way of balance, and death is balance, if you remember correctly.
I do.
So,
As I told you, Uba has briefed me on this.
so I must give you a choice. You can continue to serve me no matter what you choose, but you won't be my champion anymore. You won't be someone who is invested in your oath of balance. You won't, in a sense, you almost won't be serving me. You'll keep almost everything that you have, but we will be disconnected. I won't be able to really speak to you anymore, at least not in the ways that I have. I won't be able to come to you in the ways that I have. You will be forever changed if you go down this road.
I understand.
Might I ask, what is this burning desire for revenge? I've sensed it in you for a while now.
They took my tribe. They took my entire clan. I'm the last of my kind.
Do you know who you seek vengeance against?
No, that's why I came to you in the first place. They showed up as shadows.
They showed up as
I thought I could figure it out.
Perhaps what you seek, you will find on your journey. And I hope that you do. It will come. And I have no doubt. But continuing to speak to death, continuing to follow in the ways of death, the balance, so to speak, you will lose. Are you
Then I
prepared
give you
for
my
this?
oath back, and I take my vengeance.
Very well.
With that, he's going to remove the helmet that he's been wearing since session, and he's going to hand it back to Death and go, I hope to greet you as an old friend one day.
When that day comes, I will accept you with open arms. He takes the helmet, and the darkness around you fades, leaving you and Hades. Hades stands there smirking. Everybody else can see Hades now. He's just there.
Wait, so Sen can see Hades, and I can also see Nox now without his blindness.
Yep.
Okay.
I didn't
Simply
even realize this was
very
happening in
confused.
front of everyone.
Yeah, this happened in
No,
front of
yeah,
everyone.
it was. Well, it was
So-
happening. You said darkness, so
Yeah, all you just saw was this darkness surround Nox, and he was just basically gone.
So Sen's gonna try to step forward and just looking between them because Hades has been, yeah. But now I'm just kind of looking back and forth between them.
Hades looks over at you. Oh, if it isn't my goddaughter. Good
Arthur. Oh, sorry.
good to see you.
No, you're good, Loco.
Arthur walks over as well and just. Hades is here.
Yeah, for now.
What? He looks to Nox. Nox, what's going on?
I am no longer a paladin of balance. I no longer belong to the shadows. Instead, I seek vengeance.
What? Against who? What?
I don't know. Just understand that when I find it, there will be no stopping me.
I heard your little remark about them coming as shadows. You may find your answer very, very far into your journey, because I have a feeling I know where it takes you. Of
Don't
course.
hold back. I know you love to gloat.
Well, it will come far to. It will most likely come far from the north. You probably won't run into it for a long time. But let's just say that the Darklands may hold the answers that you seek.
Darklands.
So now it's your turn. Fulfill your end of the bargain.
True.
I have one condition. I will accept you get the souls slayed by the sword. Under that, any soul of a child can be saved by this blade, be it man, woman, or child. That's all I ask.
I cannot save someone with this blade, especially. This blade was forged in the fires of the underworld. This thing does not give life, it takes it. It reaps it.
I'm not asking for it to give life. What I'm saying is, you do not torment souls of the innocent.
Most souls of the innocent aren't tormented, for the most part. Usually they just wander aimlessly amongst the underworld. But that is our pantheon. That is not what... That is simply part of our nature. If you have problems with that, you can take it up with Zeus, but... Zeusy... He's no longer around. In fact, most of the Greek pantheon isn't. I'm lucky I'm still alive.
Back up. What?
Oh,
Oh, okay.
did you not learn of that?
No.
Most of the Greek pantheon is dead.
Arthur is like dumbfounded. By what cause?
Oh, it was during the Great Calamity. I guess you could say I kinda had my hand in the cookie jar. Zeus and I fought typically a lot, and I often came up with plots to overthrow all of Olympus. Taking what I thought was my rightful seat upon the throne. Unfortunately, one could also say that I might be part of the reason that the Great Calamity happened.
Then why not say anything? I trusted you.
Oh shit.
No one ever said that I was a quote-unquote good god. I am the god of the underworld, after all.
I didn't ask you to be good.
It was...
She only asked you to be honest.
I have been honest. It was information that I did not tell you, and I never lied to you about this, and in fact, I'm telling you the truth currently. But it was something that, at the time, I felt like not mentioning.
could, Father, and she's gonna hold up parentheses around the word Father, when I choose to abstain from telling you how I'm involved with everything, and how your heart is ripped from your chest, the same as Amazon's.
You see,
Hey! My God. Shit.
you are you threatening me in that? Then
No, I'm promising you.
God damn, okay.
oh,
Oh my God.
very well.
Out of everything that you could have done, you could have at least told me the truth. After all the questions that we asked you.
It was not
After I
relevant at the
embraced you.
time.
It was.
It was
We
more than
need the
relevant.
gods' help. All of the gods. And if the gods don't exist, how can they help?
And you asked us to be your champions.
You asked us for our help.
Let me put it to you this way, okay? I was not the direct cause of the Great Calamity, and I did not know that it was going to happen. It was a simple ploy to get an upper edge on Zeus.
Well, I have no issue with that.
So it was an accident. You caused an accident, or an accident happened while the calamity happened.
It was an accident that that, in a way, led to the Great Calamity.
In a way. None of you gods seem to understand.
That in a way that they cannot do.
I messed up
correctly.
bad. I lost my whole pantheon.
All I heard was my bad, bro.
No,
It was
It's-
an accident, man. Like,
it was
didn't
it was
know
the
it
worst
was-
mistake that I have ever made in my entire life. I didn't expect it to happen. I didn't want that to happen. I wanted to rule over Olympus, not destroy it. It
And
was
I have no issue with that. Take power, do what you see correctly as doing what you see is right, but at least be honest with me.
I've told you more information that you needed to hear, I suppose, now. At the time, I didn't see it as relevant, even though it may have been. And now, you know. It wasn't something that I wanted to do. It wasn't something that I...
And to think I was going to ask you to watch after my brother and my nephew. How would I know then that you wouldn't think that was the correct thing to do?
A lot has changed since I met the six of you. It was once nothing but a cold, dead heart. Very similar to your friend, actually. Your brother. My champion. Changed. Found light in this slowly growing darker world. Never in my life did I expect to experience that kind of a feeling again. And yet here I am.
Again?
If you wish to not speak to me anymore, fine. It is your choice. I will not, by any means, stop you, hop on you. You do what you must. If you wish to curse my name, by all means, you may. But, at the end of the day, I'm already damned. I can't become
Okay.
even more so than I already am.
What would you say his demeanor is right now?
His current demeanor?
Yes. Is he like, he's not boasting, he's more of,
No,
like,
he's mournful.
mournful. Like, okay.
He's like,
Oh,
I basically destroyed everything that I could have ever ruled over. I fucked up. This was the biggest. This is the one. This is almost like a shameful past that he didn't want to tell you.
so
You know.
it's a regret.
Yes, it is pure regret.
Okay. The Sin's gonna walk towards Hades, slowly, just looking him up and down, and then, without saying a word, she's gonna drop to her knees. And if that's true, then I expect you to abide by the following. Nadar, my brother, my nephew Dur, above everybody in this world, you will look after them. And I am not done yet. The people that are with me, they matter to me. You mattered to me. Out of everything that I write down and everything that I look at and everything that I experience in this world, yours was one of the names that mattered to me. So whether it's their souls or not, you will hold them aside and you will give them peace. You will hold them aside, Hades, if anything happens to those around me.
If it is their fate to come to me in my pantheon, then I shall do so.
Sin's gonna go from kneeling to like laying her head down, her forehead into the sand.
Okay.
Hades, we go.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Hades is just kind of watching this whole thing play out.
Hades, we go back a bit, don't we?
At this,
I've always been honest to you.
yes. In fact, you have.
I've treated you with respect.
Yes.
Then I will do this for you. I will not become your champion. If you can play it straight from now on, not withhold information, whether it makes you look good or bad, what information you know, you tell us when we ask you things, even if it's extra, like we didn't ask that question.
If it comes to mind and I have the info on hand, I shall do so.
Then I will do this. I will strike vengeance in your name. For my clan. For my people.
Interesting. All right. So be it. He grabs the sword, and you'll see it light up with a fiery power. And you won't be his champion, quote unquote, because Nadar is his champion. But you will feel that you have successfully attuned to this weapon.
Okay. Yeah.
With that, I can't stay any longer.
Before you go,
He looks at you, and by the way, he looks really weak. Almost like all of his power is just drained away.
Really?
I understand. Oh wow, damn. I understand that you cannot stay in this realm much longer, but I only have one question.
What is it?
What do you know about the man in black?
That I have no information on, for sure. The man in black is only said to be a wandering man who patrols Arcanus, which really isn't my domain. At all. My domain is far from here. It is a land known as Olympia. That is where my domain is. I am far from here. I've been coming to you, moving between these lands to speak to you. And unfortunately, for whatever reason, my power has been growing weaker by the day. Be completely honest with you. If you were to challenge me in a fight right now, I would probably lose.
Picks up hammer, throws it now.
No,
Whatever has been happening in this world, whatever you have been doing to attempt to stop it, this power has been growing stronger. It has almost been eating away at my very essence, my very soul. I fear I am dying.
So interesting. Ra didn't look weak.
Ra is a special case. There's many
Oh.
things about Ra you don't know. He holds himself in a high regard, but he too has his own dark past that he wishes that he probably hasn't shared with you.
At this rate, I expect all the gods to have dark pasts. Very well.
Most do.
Well, we appreciate your time, Hades.
Recover your strength.
He kind of looks at you weakly and nods, and the ground cracks open, but just barely, and he descends back into the underworld. And the crack in the ground doesn't even close fully, whereas before it used to. The crack in the ground just kind of sits open, but there's no lava or anything in it. It's cold.
how big is the crack in the ground?
Not very big. It's like, I'd say it's like about the size of a person.
Alright, cool. Sin's gonna look at the crack and then mend it.
Okay. You mend the crack, and the sand kind of heals, in a sense, and just becomes normal sand again. So, with that, I'm assuming you all would like to take a long rest, or is there anything that anybody would like to do RP-wise?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
So ominous.
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna turn around and walk and just begin to walk away. But Sin is I'm going to telepathically talk to Sin and say, when you have a free moment, I wish to speak with you privately.
Sin's head is gonna jerk towards Arthur, and her brows gonna quirk, and then just like fucking say it out loud, dude. Like,
And then I respond, no, I can't. And then I'm gonna point up to the sky, spread my wings, and fly into the sky.
oh dear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Juicy lore.
Sin's gonna look at Nox and go, I guess we're turning in for the night?
I don't know. The hell's going on?
I have no idea. I'll be back in a second. Sin's wings are gonna
Okay.
shoot out, and she's gonna jump up into the air after Arthur.
I'm like far above the clouds, just waiting staring into the night, looking up at the moon and the night sky.
So it's gonna be not out of breath, but I would say like grinning widely, and then look at Arthur and say, "You remember, I can fly longer than you."
Yes, you are more proficient at it. That's been one of the, I guess, growing pains from coming to this world. For me, at
Really?
least. I could
That's
fly.
good.
Back in Faerun, I could fly for forever. There was no limit.
Sim's gonna fly up like right in front of him and like lay her hand on his chest and say, "When you were teaching me to fly, you said to feel it from here."
I did.
So I did what you said. I feel it from there, and I feel like I could do this forever.
There's he smiles. And indeed you can. For you are and I switch mid-conversation to telepathic speech. For you are far more special than you realize. And that grin kind of fades into concern. Serious, stern.
Sim's gonna like back fucking fly away from him at the look on his face and kind of look around and we're up above the clouds. Why speak here? And her hand is gonna touch her forehead.
Because you don't know your past, if I remember correctly, right?
Not the way that all of you talk about your past. I can't. You've told me about Serena, and I can't. It seems like you can see her, even if you close your eyes, and I can't do that. It's here, and she's gonna put her hand over her chest.
What if I told you? Well, before I say that, have you ever wondered where you come from? Your lineage, your parents? Where it is your birth mother, your birth father?
No, why would I?
Because, well, in my time amongst the humans' lineage, I learned that lineage was very important. Parents.
So looks to humans.
Wait, what would you say? I'm sorry.
I said so is looks to humans. Sin has a tail, remember?
Indeed. Humans can be so judgmental. They are so full of rage and hatred. But they're also capable of great acts of compassion and kindness. And it's through those acts of compassion and kindness that the very power of the world can shift. What I'm trying to say, I know Where are you? And I'm gonna pull, and I'll even go. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you turn that music down just a little bit? Just a little bit. Sorry, it's a little loud.
How
Sorry.
about now?
Thank you. Sorry, that was.
Look at me.
No, yeah, no. The background music was just a teensy bit loud.
Dowie.
Oh shit! I had my music on.
I twy.
No, it wasn't you. It was the background music for the
Okay.
ambience.
It's been a
Okay,
while.
Exactly.
You're good. You're good.
So, before you say anything, by the way, Sin is getting a little bit dodgy with your, like, prodding kind of thing. Because you're the first one that has actually prodded into her past.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, Nox is the only one that knows her out of everybody. And besides you, nobody's really asked about her past.
He pauses. And I know this must be strange, and I apologize. I truly do. But I feel that I can't. I can't keep it to myself. I know your parents. I know the names and the origins of your birth mother and father. I know. And I found out rather accidentally, to be honest. And I pull out the feather that she gave me. And now it's... And when I spoke to Ra, I learned truly how important and the lineage can be, but also how much of a burden it can be. You are important, far more than you realize. And I know this is a lot to drop on you, and I apologize, truly. But I will, and I'll say this: if you want to know the truth, then I'll happily tell you. But if not, then I will drop it here and now and never speak of it again. And I will take what I know to the grave. It's... If you trust me, you put a lot of trust in me, and I wish to honor that. And that's why I feel as though I should tell you. But out of respect for our friendship, I will never force it upon you.
Sin, seeing him like pull her feather out, is going to get a little bit ruffled in the feathers. If you catch my drift. Gonna get a little bit pissed off, especially talking about trust. So she's gonna kind of like dart forward and grab his hand that has a feather in it, and just kind of, search his eyes, and then tell him, "Fine, say what you feel you need to say. But know this, Arthur.
God.
You don't know anything about me."
Oh my God! Okay.
Discourse amongst the party. Oh, it's a
so
beautiful thing.
So good.
Wait, how long have we been flying?
This is
Can I
juicy
ask
drama.
that?
I'd say you guys are probably somewhere along the lines of about 7 or 8 minutes.
Drama. Okay.
Knox is just down on the ground smoking a cigarette, petting Uno.
Meanwhile,
Completely
best
oblivious.
discourse ever. No.
Okay.
Okay.
I told you this is gonna be a big ass night.
Yeah. Holy shit. Okay.
By the way, Knox has set up his hammock. He's in his hammock.
What you hang it on? It's a desert. I'm just asking.
Look,
Are there
I-
palm trees?
There is no trees around you. You are literally in the middle of barren dunes and desert.
Did you sling a
I
hammock
have-
between the two camels?
You know, I just because of that, I'm gonna say yes, he fucking did.
Ooh.
He slung that shit between the two camels and is just chilling.
And they just
You
and they're just sitting there, just
Yeah.
not giving a shit.
Just not even fucking caring.
Just cool
Yep.
ass dude.
Oh man. Okay.
Oh god,
Sorry,
that's
sorry.
freaking hilarious. Go ahead, continue with the discourse. I'm really loving it.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh god.
Alright.
He closes his eyes, and just for a moment. Are you sure?
Obviously, you feel like you have some word on it.
For what I was able to discover based... I believe... You are the child of... the fallen angel Lucifer and the goddess of... and the Norse goddess of the underworld. Hell. At least...
Okay, guys, refresh my memory. Above table, when I let Evelyn make a copy, he gave me a copy of his Bible, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Alright.
You have the Bible.
I had the
That
Bible.
says the
I
Bible.
had it. I
You
had
dare question the words of the mighty Jimmy?
I had it, but Abel, he forgot to concentrate on my copy, little ass. So, all right. Sin's gonna pork her brow. Hell, Taruka's new patroness. I know what I read about her in the Book of the Old Gods, and now you're telling me Lucifer. A mere
Yes.
footnote in Evelyn's Bible.
From what I've learned, he's more than just a footnote.
Hmm.
And the reason why I feel like it is important for you to know, I'm not trying to claim that I know you better than anyone or anything. The reason you should know is because of what Ra told me. I didn't tell him. I did not disclose your identity to him. But according to the ancient lore, the stories that I've learned, the fallen one, Lucifer, he fell in love with the goddess Hell, and they had a child. And said child is, according to the legends, is only seen as a rumor. No one even knows where the child is, or if they even exist. But
And
but it's you. For what? The feather, your feathers. contain contain the residual energy of both gods. And from what I learned from Ra, there are entities that would want to hunt you down and harm you, and use you for evil. Chief amongst them being Baphomet. You ever wondered why he seems so keen on you taking the axe?
I figured he was an asshole.
Oh, he's... You're right. He wanted... The axe is a ploy is all part of the plan. Was all part of his ploy. At least it's a piece of it. If Baphomet wants you to essentially take the power, the latent power that lies within you, and use it to dethrone Lucifer and Hell themselves, kill them.
Sin's gonna think back to the piece of letter that Baphomet wrote his message on.
Mm-hmm.
I think it said something along the lines like giving the axe to somebody when they came home or something like that, if they wanted to go home or something.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's been so fucking
Yeah,
long.
Dude, that was like the third episode.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd probably have to look at my notes. But yeah, I know what you mean. It's basically what was written on the leather was basically it was given to you specifically, stating that it is meant for, I believe, you when you're ready to come home.
Yeah.
But that's just my knowledge of it, or I don't have my direct notes on me, so but that yes, you are correct in saying that is what was on the letter.
Oh my god.
Dang it, Brian, I have to take so many notes.
I told you tonight it was gonna be a big one. You got a lot to it. So as you two are conversing, I'm gonna interject a little bit here. As you two are conversing, Arthur, your wings are feeling extremely weak, as in they're about to give the fuck out. Like you're about to fall. And you don't have enough time to get back to the ground before you fall.
So very quickly, while she's processing that, he quickly is like, "Look, I'm sorry, and I hope, and I understand if you're angry, if you're upset with me. Navigating these things has been difficult for me in my times. I just thought you should know, and also, this can never leave. No one else can know. No one within not even anyone within our circle. And I don't know how, and I don't know how much you trust me, but I swear upon Serena's life, and I will never, ever tell anyone what I know. And on that note,
as you say that, you're...
Hold on. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Just hold on. I know. And he's like, and on that note, could you do you mind catching me?
As he says that, his wings disappear, and he basically starts to fall.
In fact, right, I would need you to catch me right about now.
Oh fuck! Damn it! Yeah, Sin's gonna dive after him and kind of switching in between the languages she knows. She's gonna be cursing the entire way that she dives after him.
You dive, and as you start to dive, Nox sitting in his hammock on the ground. You hear from up above you the sound. You just hear it. You hear Arthur screaming, and his scream is just getting closer and closer and closer. And you see he's right above you. Like, he is literally on top of you.
How far would you say he was?
He's falling at a pretty quick rate, but I'd say he's probably a good 100 feet above you right now.
Okay, I wait for when hit the. I don't know if that's gonna work.
Fuck.
So just you know, through the air, and it gets closer. You just hear the you know, as
Okay.
and you'll look up, you'll see him, and then you'll see Sin chasing after him at breakneck speed. So
You know what? I have faith in Sin. I'm not even gonna move.
okay. Hey Sin.
Yeah.
Do me a favor.
Oh,
Make
no.
make me an acrobatics check.
Okay. I don't want
Please God.
to. Yeah, you better start praying. Oh wait, I have that. Okay, I have that feat. Yeah, you better pray, Arthur. You are so lucky that I am lucky. I have to
What was your roll?
Wait, my headphone fell out because I was laughing. Alright, so my first roll was 3, so that would not have mattered since it was 5.
So your first roll was a 3?
Yeah.
And she spent a luck point.
Oh, you
Yep,
spent a luck
yeah.
point? Okay.
Yep. I had to spend a luck point. Okay. So I have a dirty 21.
Dirty 21? Okay. Wow, you are really lucky. With what basically happens is Sin gets right up to you, pretty much grabs your hand, but it's almost, you're sweaty from exerting yourself by using your wings for as long as you did, and you slip right through her hands, just like right through her hand. You continue to fall, and as she does, she grabs you by your armor this time and hoists you up. And you skirt right down to the point where your feet are almost touching Nox, and she lifts you up and puts you over to the side.
Oh, thank Tom.
Can Sin, like, jump up and, like, lick him in the forehead?
Technically, you're still flying. You just put him on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I don't have to jump up. I hover and flick him in the forehead.
Yeah.
Nice.
So-
Sin's gonna flick you in the forehead, Arthur.
She just flicks you in the forehead.
Nox is gonna lean his head back and go, "What is it with fallen angels?"
Oh my god.
Arthur like sits there for a moment, just. Oh, it's funny.
Oh Lord.
Oh, I can confirm it did hurt when I fell from it,
It would have hurt if I hadn't caught you.
and I'm eternally grateful.
We'll see about eternally.
But what was the flick? Was the flicking necessary?
Very.
I suppose it was.
I warned y'all early on. She can be petty.
You actually did not warn them that. You said I could be hyper.
Yeah, same difference.
Oh God. So,
I hope one day I can learn to fly. Perhaps one day you can teach me how to fly. for as long as you can.
Sin's gonna look at her feather that she was holding on to when Arthur fell from the sky, and kind of like smoothing it out and everything like that, and like looking at him and looking ahead at, and then you said this had to stay secret, right?
Telepathically, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, smartass, I can't do that.
Yeah. So secrets are no fun. No. But so we will leave it as you guys were up there. You know, you guys were up there for about 10 minutes discussing this whole thing. But the night has pretty much rolled on from this point on. Do you guys want to do any more RP, or are we ready to?
Was she about to?
Oh,
was she about to say something?
I want to make sure
Yeah,
that everybody has their.
Sid is gonna look between Nox and Arthur, and then hand her feather back to Arthur and say, "I'll teach you to fly some other time." Like a wink, wink. We can talk privately later.
He takes the feather and nods.
All right,
Thank
so I'm gonna go crawl in the hammock with Nox and try to not knock him out of it because I'm not very.
All right.
Sin is clumsy.
I'm just gonna lay in the sand for a little while.
You crawl into the hammock without issue. You lay down in the sand, and the night kind of starts to roll on. It's early. It's early in the morning, and by that I mean late at night. You're talking probably 4 in the morning, and with this I'm going to say that all of you have pretty much either fallen asleep or are all asleep at this point. And footsteps gently move through the sand.
Ow.
That's never good.
They are human footsteps, for the most part. None of you will hear them as these footsteps slowly approach your camp. And we're gonna do this as kind of like an off-screen, or not like an off-screen thing, but like a you're seeing this from this view. I'm giving you a layout as to what this looks like. The sight of black robes, pitch black robes, drags along the sand and appear in your camp. A man, or what appears to be a man, tattered in black robes, covered in sand and dust from the desert wastes, pokes at the campfire with a stick, slowly churning it to make sure that the coals stay hot.
Well, that's nice.
He's totally not going to kill us.
And he sits down. And
Now,
wait.
I have a question. Would Uba have seen him coming?
Yes, Uba would have seen him coming. And
So, wouldn't Uba have nudged me to kind of let me know something was going on?
maybe.
He was mad at
Or
you.
Uba watched this person. Uba, in fact, I'm going to tell you what Uba's doing here. Uba is going to get up from the position that he is currently in. And he goes over and he sits next to this character that has wandered into your camp.
Traitor.
You can choose as to whether or not you want to feel his presence move.
I feel his presence move because I'm so connected to him.
Okay. You feel Uba's presence shift and move off to a different side of the camp. Not angrily or hastily, got up as if it were getting a glass of water in the middle of the night and moved over to this location in the camp.
Okay, I do that and run into the wall. So
What do you want to do about that, Knox?
I am going to feel that he moved. I'm going to wake up, but I'm not gonna like sit up, startle up. I'm more of gonna like crack my eyes and kind of like pretend to be asleep, but try to observe what I can see from the hammock without moving.
Alrighty then. Give me a perception check.
Perception. Oh wait, this perception.
I need to
It's a
see
good
if
thing
you
it's you,
see
not
this
me.
man.
18 plus 1, 19.
Very good. So as you
I
crack
hate your perception.
as you crack your eyes and you look over, I just realized I don't have that picture. Oh no, I'm gonna have to do some behind the scenes shit. Nobody look.
I'm taking no.
But no, basically,
Screenshot.
yeah, no, what you see is a man tattered in black robes, again, covered in sand and dust from the desert, sitting at your campfire stoking the coals.
Is, I,
Like, yeah.
You okay?
No.
You choose to what you want to do with that info.
I am going to attempt to get out of the hammock without waking up Sin or Arthur and walk over and sit by the fire.
All right then. What I need you to do in that case is roll me stealth.
Stealth?
Yep. Or I'm sorry. Is it stealth? I might be going by. Yeah. I need you to roll me stealth.
Okay, because that's a dexterity. I have advantage on all dexterity stuff. So
Okay.
the first one was a 14. The second one is a 17.
Okay. So, you every shit. That's a tough one. So you two, being Arthur and Sin, roll me perception.
Okay.
Damn it, Brian.
I need to see if you guys see through his stealthiness.
oh shit! Nat 20.
Oh, fuck. You got a 4? Okay. So you, Sin, don't see shit. You are fast asleep. You're like, fuck this. I'm out. It's been a long day. I'm tired.
Out, yeah.
Arthur, on the other hand, you 100% hear and would see if you chose to look Knox getting up from his hammock and going to walk over to the fire.
Yeah, I look
Behind
over
the
and see him
scenes, you see
getting.
nothing. You see nothing. You see nothing.
I'm looking at your fucking.
Like, yeah. Damn! Look at that sexy boy.
Need a looted. What?
I have to download it. I'm sad. Anyways, continue.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
So I choose to get up. Just it's like, what? Where are you? I'm gonna actually like call out like, where are you? I stop when I guess I see the man in black.
Yeah, you would see the man in black.
Can I like tap like Sin on the shoulder to wake up?
Yeah, you can.
It's like, hey, Sin, wake up!
Do I have to roll for that, or is he like?
No, he's nudging
the
you.
fuck up.
So
Sin's gonna like smack and wave her face at whatever the fuck is disturbing her, and then probably roll over out of the hammock and fall out.
Don't make me
oh
do it.
god.
Don't
Okay.
Don't make me do thaumaturgy.
So
I really don't want to do it.
Don't
You-
do that.
uh,
I'm gonna be like Tom and Jerry, and I'm gonna get spun up in the goddamn hammock.
God almighty. So, you nudge her. She rolls over and rolls out of the hammock and hits the sand.
Probably, Brian. Probably.
You said probably. I'm gonna take that as an inference, saying that that was a definitely. So, Sin rolls over and hits the sand.
Why? What?
It's like, I'm gonna point to the fire. It's like we found our guy.
Did we? Or did he find
I'm
out?
gonna-
We're doing the whole. Sin's just gonna wave her hand and fucking grumpily like kind of crawl towards the fire.
I'm gonna summon my angel wings to me and approach the fire.
The man looks to all of you. Ah, all awake are you? He speaks softly, but his voice is gruff, almost as if he has truly been wandering the desert for who knows how long. When he speaks, there is an air of power to him. Something about him seems off, and the power that you feel is almost overwhelming.
Who are you?
That depends on who you ask. Some have called me the Black Mage. Some have called me the man who wanders the desert. Some have called me a demon, others a god.
Then which title do you claim?
I simply prefer to go by my name.
I swear to God, if you say what I think you're about to say,
Yeah.
My name is Barngar.
I fucking knew it! I knew it! Okay, alright.
Don't
I-
break things.
I fucking knew it was him. Okay, God.
Just to give you an
fuck.
idea of what he kind of looks like,
Oh,
this isn't an
fuck.
exact picture, but this is basically him.
Okay, can we repeat the name since?
Barngar, and that is spelled Berengar.
Just because, you know.
Cameos, baby! I gotta love them. But
God damn it. I fucking knew it. As soon as you fucking said that man, I fucking knew it was gonna told me, oh, it's nothing to do with my story. Yeah, bullshit.
I told you! This is a prequel!
It's nothing connected to my story. Yeah, fucking liar.
You can't see his face. His face is covered by a hood. But he just kind of continues to stoke the coals, gazing into the fire as he speaks.
Barngar.
Indeed.
Exactly what are you?
That is a question that I can't even answer currently. He looks up at you, and just enough for only you to see his face. And you get a brief glimpse at his face. You see the dark black hair, the beard upon his face, his pale skin, and his eyes, which are glowing red with a reptilian slit.
Could you specify who you're talking about? Arthur, right? He's the only one.
Yes,
sees?
Arthur is the only one who sees Barngar's face currently.
Okay.
I grip Frostbane. You have the eyes of a demon. Are you?
Not. Again, some people have claimed me a demon, some people have not. I guess you could say, in a way, I am related to demons, but I am not one.
Sen's gonna like very sleepily like peek her head up from the sand and say, "Isn't it more important about what you feel about yourself?" She's half asleep.
He looks over at her for a brief moment, seeing her just like in this state of stupor, and just kind of just ignores it for a minute and goes over to Arthur and continues his focus on Arthur. So, Angel, tell me, why is it that you have an interest in whether or not I am a demon?
Because I fucking despise demons.
You despise demons, do you? You know, this conversation is great and all, but I find being in the middle of the desert quite dull, dreary, drab, dusty. I've been wandering these wastes for so long, and I could truly use a good drink. He looks at all of you and snaps his fingers. When he does that, you're no longer in the middle of the desert.
Oh, damn it.
You are in the middle of a city.
Huh? Ah!
Sitting on chairs at a restaurant, and you now have drinks in front of you.
I had fire wine from like the island.
Mm.
We could have asked.
Yeah, these are
that was-
drinks. These were drinks that were conjured by him.
Where the
I
fuck
know. I'm joking.
Oh, yeah.
I'm joking.
Where the fuck are our camels, bro? No.
The camels.
You
you
know what?
know what's really crazy? The camels. You look over, and they're sitting in the stables, perfectly happy and safe. Your carriage is right there.
At least he was considerate.
Your tents
yeah,
are all
okay,
wrapped
yeah.
up in the back.
I'm not gonna complain.
Arthur is like looking around, like kind of a bit unnerved.
He
say
I'm
the
gonna
least.
look at the drink in her hand and then drink it.
Yeah, he leans back and takes a sip of his drink. The drink that you are consuming currently is light pink in color and very sweet. It is alcoholic in nature, but it's almost like you can't taste the alcohol at all. But you can tell this is, if you've had alcohol before, this is a very strong beverage.
Since had alcohol twice, so
This is Barngar looks at you. I always love the taste of the flower wine of Oriah, which is where we are, by the way. Beautiful city.
What?
I didn't hear the city.
He takes a sip of his wine. And I'll go back to the map for you. You guys were here. You are now in Oriah, which was hundreds of miles away from you.
No, what was the name of the drink?
Flower wine. I'm sorry.
Flower wine of what now?
The flower wine of Oriah.
Okay, cool.
He drinks some of the wine. So delicious. Quite tasty indeed. I could never get enough of its sweet flavor. almost as sweet as the queen that lives here and commands it to be made. Queen Carissa.
You seem to have an immense amount of knowledge of this land.
You could say that.
Are you at all familiar with the current predicament this world is in?
I am.
And what? Tell me, what is your take? What is your opinions of it?
It matters not to me. This world, whether it is destroyed by the Wraith King or not, matters not to me. Because at the end of the day, no matter what happens, this world will be mine.
Well, what did he say? This world will be what?
This world will be mine.
Oh, okay, shit.
Arthur scoffs at that. What, you see yourself as some sort of conqueror?
You know, that's an apt description. I like it. A conqueror. I prefer the title of king, but I haven't gained that yet. I was on my way to Lucerys. But I think I might sit here for a while and enjoy the wine a little more.
So, be the king? That's...
Be the ultimate king. The Alpha, the Omega. The one who controls everything.
Arthur's like you can see like his hands like begin to ball up.
Now. Temper. Don't let it flare.
So he's gonna put her hand on Arthur's arm and then pull out her flagon of hibiscus wine.
You bring wine yourself.
The first I tasted from the islands of this world. He who would be king.
Thinks himself a god.
He smiles at that. I suppose you wish to give me a taste of this wine that you've tasted.
I mean, if you say please or ask nicely. But I would much rather know why you would pull us out of our beds.
Maybe it's because I wish to see the Wraith King destroyed. But the thing is that I also am a believer in destiny and all those fun, happy things. Prophecies in the knot. So it won't be by my hand that he's destroyed. It'll be by
No,
yours.
it'll be by ours.
Why do you think he brought us here?
I simply wish to help you a little bit, get you out of the cold of the sand. Besides, I can't have you being eaten by a sandworm. That would be awful.
It would be a lot of fun to see a sandworm. But
Much appreciated. But back up, you know the Wraith King?
Oh, yes. I know the Wraith King quite well, actually. Me and him have had our fair share of differences in the past.
Do tell.
Oh, my, where to start? Where to go?
Someone's gonna push the jug of hibiscus wine towards him.
He nods his head and takes a drink. the wine from Kanoe Archipelago. It isn't... If it wasn't for this wine, I'd say that we would be in a much bleaker state. I do prefer my alcohols. The flower wine of Oriah is the only close second to it, and we so rarely see it here, this far into Arcanus. So it is nice to finally get a taste of it. I haven't been over on that side of the world in a while. Anyways, to tell you a little bit, I don't want to give away too much, where's the fun in that? But I'll tell you a little story about what I once was. I was once so very powerful, so capable of taking on this world without a second thought. And don't get me wrong, I am by far the most powerful being here still, but the problem is that I would struggle nowadays with such a being as the Wraith King, and that was because he took my power. He took a little bit of my power, yes. It's part of the reason as to why he's so strong now. He came like a thief in the night, stole it out from underneath me when I wasn't looking. I want it back. His
So it
death means my return.
So is that a win-win or a loss-loss?
It is a win in terms of keeping Grundheim alive and keeping it from being completely and utterly obliterated. I do not seek the destruction of this realm. I simply seek to rule it.
I'm beginning to think that our little meeting was not a coincidence.
You'd be correct, Angel. Or should I call you Arthur? Or is it Artorio? Which would you prefer?
We call him Arthur.
Arthur.
How could you possibly?
The only reason he would know that name is if he brought us to this world initially.
No, but I do know who brought you here.
I can't hear anything.
I do know who he said, no, I am not the one who brought you here, but I do know who did.
Then who?
It is so, how do I put this? You know that all gods exist in this realm. You've learned that through your travels, I assume.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, in this case, sometimes there's multiple versions of these gods. There are gods outside of this realm that have influence over it. They are known as outlying gods. They are not directly within it. They are greater than any of the gods that are within this realm. And they seek to the whole universe. They seek claim to the whole universe. One of those gods is who brought you here.
Because of the Wraith King.
Indeed. The Wraith King's power threatens theirs currently.
But why us?
You are the chosen ones. Destined by fate. Plain and simple. Prophecy. You, by chance, came into contact with the very being created by a madman who seeks to work with the Wraith King, and this being that he created could traverse the very fabric of space and time. Now, you came across it by chance. Call it fate, if you will. That is why you were chosen. 6 of you. You you fulfilled the prophecy perfectly. The gods of the outer universes did not say that it would be you. They simply said that they said that there would be 6 chosen. They did not specify as to who. It was by fate that you were chosen to be these 6.
I suppose that simplifies things a little bit more.
Now, as to who that outlying god is, that's a tough one. There are many of them, but if I had to put my finger on it, the placement, he likes to, he doesn't really, I guess, have a name. He simply goes by a title. His title is known as the Master.
The master of.
Just the Master.
Very on... Quite on the nose, in fact.
Yes. He saw his world in threat. Or, he saw the outlying God's world at threat. One that he, in a sense, holds domain over. And he brought you here to help. Well, I shouldn't say he necessarily brought you here. You were killed, and then he saw you wandering about in space and decided to bring you here.
The voice, when we got brought here, the voice, it said that we weren't meant to die yet.
Yes. You weren't necessarily meant to die. You were chosen for a higher purpose, a higher calling.
Chosen means I take down, like I take a trip down the gullet of a dang oversized lizard.
Yeah.
Mm.
You were... well, I obviously do not know what happened to you exactly, but from the sounds of it, you were eaten because... you were eaten by chance. It was not supposed to happen. You weren't supposed to die there. It was due to the manipulations of this madman, so to speak. By the way, not the Wraith King. I don't want to spoil all the fun, of course, but not the Wraith King. This creature created by this madman showed up in your world because it was on a rampage and killed you. You weren't supposed to die, yet you did. And because of that, you were given a second chance. A new life. But not a normal life. A life that would send you on the adventure of an eternity. To defeat an evil so great that you would become the heroes of the realm.
Or die trying.
Or die trying. That works too.
I think we've
But-
done that a couple times.
Not so much for you, though.
Well, if you were to die, it would be unfortunate. Don't get me wrong. That just means a more direct confrontation with the Wraith King. But that doesn't mean that I couldn't do it.
So why don't you?
Again, prophecy is part of it. Another part of it is because, as of the current moment, it's not worth my time.
Why should it be worth ours?
Well, this is the way I see it. You're in this world. The world gets destroyed. You die along with it.
We've died once.
True,
Well,
but this
I
would be
mean, both of
permanent.
us only once.
True, but this would be more permanent. You'd be dead. Dead. Well, I wouldn't even say dead. You'd be erased from existence. Would be a better way to put it. It wouldn't feel very good, let's put it that way. No God to save you, no heaven to go to, only death, despair, loneliness, and of course all of the innocent people. I mean, think of it that way. These innocent people have come to rely on you at this point.
And you? What would your existence be like if us, the ones that I'm guessing, are trying to talk into something? Like, get your power back. What would you feel like for the rest of eternity?
I'm not talking you into anything. You may do as you please. I'm simply here to take a look at the champions chosen, the Forsaken Six. That is what I am here to see. And I figured I might as well make it an enjoyable occasion. After all, this could be the very last that you ever have. But what it would look like for me is floating about in endless space until I destroy the Wraith King when I so choose, and then remaking the world as I see fit.
You know, you see that whole when I so choose, but to us, what we've been told is the Wraith King rose about 600 some odd years ago. So you've just been wandering the desert since then?
I've been wandering a lot longer than that.
You cut out, hun.
I've been wandering a lot longer than that.
Since before the calamity?
No, not since before the calamity. I'd say right along the lines of close after, about 100 years or so.
Were you born?
From the Great Calamity? Yes. In fact, I was. It was an interesting feeling, being born from the destruction and death of so many.
Can I do an Arcana check real fast?
Yeah, go for it.
Shit. Okay, didn't mean to do that.
Oh.
That's not, yeah. Nothing.
Wait, I was gonna ask first off if I can give him help, and then second off, I have questions of my own.
So you can give him help. I'll allow it.
Okay.
What did you roll, Taylor?
A 1.
Oh, you rolled a nat 1? Hang on, hold up. Nope, no help.
Wait.
Hang on.
Oh.
No help. Hang on. He rolled a nat 1.
No takesy backsy.
I didn't know he rolled a nat 1. What were you trying to do?
I guess, like, subtly try to gauge his power.
Oh boy, oh goody gumdrops. Uno momento, por favor. I have to grab some dice.
Fucking dice.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. Okay. You tried to gauge his power. You use your own magical energy to gauge his own. And as you do that... Oh, Lord. And as you do that... Hang on, let me grab my calculator. As you do that... That is that, plus that, plus that. Oh! You, good sir, will basically feel all of your magical energy be corrupted, tainted, changed, turned. It will basically flip to the exact opposite of the type of magic that you use and hit you full force. And you will take 30 points of damage.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
do we see any, like, reaction to this?
What you are gonna see is you're gonna see Arthur look at Barangar in a studying manner, and as soon as he does this, you're gonna see almost like a recoil, a ripple in time, and he's gonna fly back in his chair and hit the ground.
Yeah, I fucking just re into him and just like and just
Yeah.
fucking, like fly out of my chair and just like smash into the wall and shit.
Yeah, basically, that's what just happened. Well.
Gonna bear her fangs at Barngar.
Barngar.
And Barngar, thank you very much. And she's gonna use no. She's gonna hold a hand out towards Arthur. And use, because I know it's in there somewhere. Damn it. I'm gonna use healing light. So Sin's right hand is gonna shoot behind her towards Arthur, and we're gonna do this one at a time.
Okay.
So that's 3.
Oh, man.
That's
Oh,
6,
man.
So that's 9.
Okay. You're healed. Barngar, for whatever she heals you for.
6, and 3, 15.
So you're healed for 15 points. Barngar is going to stand up, walk over, and pick you up. Not angrily or violently. He's going to help you up. And as he does this, he's going to peer into your eyes. And when he does this, he is going to look into your very soul. And with a nat 20 in intimidation, he is going to look at you, and you're going to feel just this utter radiance of horrific power surging through his body. He's going to say, I recommend you don't do that again, Angel. As he lifts you up and sets you back, pats your shoulder, and sits back down.
I just kind of stare forward, eyes wide, blank.
Well,
Sin's gonna see this, and she's really not gonna like it. So she's gonna shake her head and watch him sit down, and then take a drink from the jug of hibiscus wine, pass it back towards him, and say, I suggest, honestly, I really, really suggest that you get down to the point and tell us what you want. And I'm gonna try to persuade him to tell the truth.
oh, there's no persuasion check even needed. All I wanted to see was how you all looked. I have my own plans, I have my own things to handle. As I said, I'm not exactly becoming involved. I just wanted to see these champions that were chosen, these 6 warriors, and unfortunately it seems like a part of you is missing. I, as of the current moment, only see 3 of you. Yes, 3 of you. 2 of you are missing. 2 of you are missing.
The rest are helping, which, I mean, if you were really powerful and you wanted to rule this realm the way you say you do, you might actually want to try that.
Perhaps in the future. But for now, he looks over at the horizon. Looks like we've spent a lot of time here. The sun's already starting to rise. By the way, Queen Carissa is going to stop by here after hearing all this commotion in about 3, 2, 1. He snaps his fingers and he disappears. He's gone. Barngar is no longer with you. His presence has faded. And a woman walks up to you. She is regal in every way, shape, and form. And she's extremely beautiful. Like, this is like no imperfections, no any. She's like the most beautiful woman anyone could ever lay eyes upon.
Serena's better. No.
And that is where we will end tonight's session. Because it is getting late, and I don't want to keep everybody up unless we want to keep going, which I would assume we do not.
Yes and no. Like, I want to keep going, but at the same time, we don't have everybody, so
We can keep going. I mean, it's not. It's
no.
it's not gonna affect anybody in terms of that. Don't worry about it affecting anybody else. It's more so for your guys' sakes of, time limit. I don't want people to, if people are getting tired, I don't want to keep you up for so long, because it is 1:40 in the morning. But if you don't want to continue because you are tired, all I need is I'm tired. Can we stop? So.
Oh no, I've got to drive 15 hours tomorrow.
Yeah, he's got to drive tomorrow. I've got a cramp in my hand from trying to write down everything. Which, how do you spell Carissa's name? Is it C or K?
It is a C.
C. Okay, thank you.
Oh, you were gonna be interesting in my campaign. I can already tell.
Sorry.
Look,
I am trying to learn to convert this to typing as we go, but it's very, I don't know, the pencil just works better. So
yeah,
no, it'll be cool to have a note taker in my group.
no,
So let me go ahead and end stream. Thank you, everybody, so much for coming out and watching. If you guys like what you saw here today, please make sure that you click that like button, smash that subscribe button, and as always, if you want notifications for whenever I go live or put out new videos, make sure that you ring that little bell icon on your screen. We will be continuing with D&D every Saturday at 10 o'clock on the dot. From this point forward, now that I have my setup and we are all good to go. There will be more streams coming in the future, and I am still working on a video. It's just been a little hairy with current schedule, but hopefully everything will start to get to a little bit more normal here in the future. With that, again, thank you all so much for coming out, and I will see you all in the next video. Deuces.
Okay, so what the hell did B say? Because I have, he ran us around in circles.
B.
B, that's B the king. That's how I remind,
So what did Barney say?
Barney.
I told you.
All right, I'm getting off.